If you're watching this, then I'm guessing you've been trying to lose body fat for some time now, but the scales are just not shifting. You feel like you're doing everything right, training hard, tracking your calories, and doing all the extra cardio and steps in between, but you just don't have a clue why you're still struggling to lose weight. The good news is this: you're not broken. You can still drop body fat, but you might just be making one of these 3 hidden mistakes. My name is Will, and I've been a coach now for over 4 years, helping hundreds of people get into amazing shape and drop body fat. Through my experience, I know all of the mistakes people usually make when it comes to losing weight, and exactly how you can overcome them to finally get the body that you deserve. So without further ado, let's get into the video and show you the 3 hidden mistakes that might be the reason why you're not losing body fat. And if you would like me to send you an email every single day with more advice on how you can lose weight and drop body fat, then just follow the link in the description below for my free daily emails. So when it comes to losing weight and dropping body fat, then these are some of the most common mistakes that I see that people make that are really holding them back. Now, these things might seem very simple on paper, but there are often little things that people miss out on that are the reason why your fat loss is stalling, or the scales might not be going down, or the reason why you are just not losing weight in general. The first thing is eating your exercise calories. Now, what I mean by this is on MyFitnessPal or whatever your fitness tracker says, whether you've got the Whoop Band, Apple Watch or Fitbit or something like that, is that you're eating back the calories that it tells you that you've burned. So if you do a workout and it says you burn 500 calories, then you eat an extra 500 calories on top of your day to make up for the calories that your fitness tracker has said you burned. Now, the problem with this is that they're all wrong. They are very, very inaccurate. These devices, and studies show this, they can be up from 20% to 90% inaccurate. And the reason why is because a lot of them are based off your heart rate, and your heart rate is not an accurate way to track the calories that you've burned. I'll show you why right here with this diagram. So let's say you have 2 people who both weigh 80 kilograms, 80 kilograms, 80 kilograms, and they both run a mile, okay? So it's 2 people of exactly the same weight are running a mile. So in theory, and based on the science, these 2 people have moved a certain amount of weight, the 80 kilos, over a certain amount of distance, the mile. So technically they should be burning the same amount of calories, okay? But here's the difference. One person has never run in his life. He's super unfit, sits on the sofa all day, has never done a single run or a single bit of exercise in their entire life. And the other person is a seasoned marathon runner, okay? They run all the time, they're fit and healthy, they're running miles and miles and miles every single day, okay? Now, your fitness tracker that is tracking your calories will tell us 2 different things. It'll probably say that the person who has never exercised in their life, their heart rate is gonna be super, super high because they're unfit, they've never run before. Whereas the other person, the marathon runner, who is exactly the same weight, but is much, much fitter and runs all the time, it might only say that their heart rate is 90 beats per minute. Now, because of this, your fitness calorie tracker, your Apple Watch, your Fitbit, is gonna give you 2 different readings. It's gonna tell you that the unfit person has burned way more calories than the marathon runner who has only burnt a few calories, okay? And this is where the problem lies, you see? You can't accurately measure the calories that you've burnt through exercise on these fitness trackers, okay? But a lot of people will take this as God's word and they'll start eating the calories back. So what this does is it takes you out of your calorie deficit and puts you at maintenance, or even in a surplus for some people. So some people could actually start gaining a little bit of weight just from doing this alone. So this is the first reason. Eating back your calories, we do not want to do this. With my clients and with my programming, I actually factor in the exercise that they're going to be doing and the calories that they're going to be burning anyway, so that they just have to stick with the calories, forget everything else and follow along. If you'd like this for yourself, just head to my Instagram in the bio and drop me the word fitness tracker, okay? And the second thing that is holding people back, or a little mistake that people are making that's stopping them from losing body fat, is not weighing out your food, okay? Now, unless you've tracked your calories for years and years and years, you're a seasoned bodybuilder, or you've been a coach, a personal trainer, and you've been tracking your calories for God knows how many years now, you're going to be way off, okay? It's really, really difficult. It's really almost impossible sometimes to accurately measure out or eyeball a handful or a portion of food and say, this weighs this many grams, this weighs that many grams. It's so easy to be off and it's so easy to be out. An example of this is something like a handful of nuts. Now you could pick up a handful of nuts out of the bag and it's 100 calories, or you could pick up a different handful of nuts out of the bag and it could be 500 calories. Sometimes we'll subconsciously do this. If we're a little bit hungrier one day, we might pick a larger portion size and kind of forget about it and think, oh yeah, it doesn't matter too much. Well, it does, it absolutely does, because the difference in these could be massive. You could eyeball or estimate 100 calories worth of a food one day and then 500 calories worth of food another day without you even knowing. Now, another reason why we can't eyeball or estimate foods is because they're all at different densities. Foods have different densities. You know, there's lower calorie dense foods, there's higher calorie dense foods. You know, based off the eyeball or the size or the portion size of the food, you can't estimate the calories that are in them. So instead, what you want to do, and what I do with clients, is we'll always use a food scale, okay? This is gonna make things super accurate, okay? You put your food on the scale, you weigh it out, it tells you exactly how much you're consuming every day, and then you can log it accurately every single time. And also what I like about doing this is that it's really gonna help you learn so much about the foods that you're eating. The amount of clients that come to me and say, Will, I can't believe how many calories are in this food compared to this, or how many calories are in that food compared to that. Okay, you will learn so much knowledge about food that you will take with you for the rest of your life. So you need to kind of get a food scale, start logging your food, start tracking your calories accurately, and that is a skill and that is knowledge that you're going to take with you for the rest of your life. So the main thing here, stop eyeballing your food portions and stop estimating your portion sizes, and get a food scale and track your food accurately. Okay, the third and final hidden mistake that you might be making when it comes to losing fat is hidden calories that you are not tracking, okay? Let's say you think you're tracking your food all right. You might be using a food scale, you might be tracking everything that you're consuming, but there are a few things that a lot of people miss out on that you might not even be realizing, okay? These things could be holding you back big time when it comes to losing weight. They could be stalling your progress, they could be stopping your progress. We need to pay attention to these little things too, okay? So you might be consuming more calories than you actually think. So a couple of examples here are things that you might not be tracking, like cooking oil, milk and sugar that are in your coffee, in your drinks, sauces and condiments that you use in your food, or even juices and liquids. They contain calories too, okay? So for example, cooking oil, you might put a couple of dollops of cooking oil in with your meals for lunch and for dinner. Whereas 1 tablespoon of cooking oil, whether it's olive oil, you know, coconut oil, any type of oil, it can be up to 125 calories per tablespoon. You might be using this twice a day. So that's an extra 250 calories that's unaccounted for because you think, oh, it's just a little small bit of olive oil, it doesn't really matter. Well, it does, it's a lot of calories. And as well as that, most people are not putting in just one tablespoon of cooking oil. Usually it's about 3 or 4 per serving or per time that you cook. So instead, you'll save yourself a whole load of calories by just measuring it out first, or even in this instance, stop using the cooking oil and just use a fry light spray, which is 1 calories each spray instead. The second thing would be milk and sugar in your coffee, okay? So not all of us drink black coffee, you know, we don't. If you do, great, there's no calories in that, there's no problem. But a lot of us, we might go to Costa, we might go to Starbucks, we might get a latte, frappuccino, iced coffee, vanilla this, vanilla that, everything, okay? And this stuff contains calories too. There's lots of calories in the milk that's going to be in your coffee. There's lots of calories in the syrups and the sugars that's going to be in your coffee too. And if we're not accounting for this, then you're leaving a lot of calories left at the table. Your coffee could be easily 250 calories that you get. You know, if you've got the vanilla pumps in or the sweeteners and things like that. So over the course of a week, you could actually be consuming, you know, 500, 600, 700 calories more than you think you are, just because of your coffee that you get in the morning. This could be the difference from being in a calorie deficit to being at a calorie maintenance and what is stalling your progress. The next thing will be sauces, condiments, you know. ketchup, mayo, sweet and sour sauce, anything that you put on your foods, these contain calories too. 1 tablespoon of Hellmann's mayo, for example here, is 100 calories. Now you might put 2 tablespoons on this without even realizing and without even tracking it at your dinner once every single day. Again, you're leaving a lot of calories at the table that are unaccounted for. And these little things that you miss out, again, they can take you out of a deficit and put you back at maintenance. So we need to watch out for these. We need to make sure we're logging them and we're tracking them accurately. And then juices and liquids, these contain calories too, just like the coffees. You know, any of your fruit smoothies, your morning orange juice, little things like that. I know a lot of these are deemed healthy. All these, you know, fruit juices, smoothies, detox this and everything, but it contains calories as well. You know, there's sugar in fruit, and within the sugar, there's calories in this sugar. So when you have these drinks, you are consuming calories as well. Just because it's healthy doesn't mean it doesn't contain calories. So again, make sure we're getting these logged, make sure we're getting these tracked, and we're accounting for them on our food logs. These are the main 3 things, or 3 very common things anyway, that I come across with my clients or people that I speak to, that they're missing out on when it comes to losing weight and dropping body fat. And any one of these mistakes, something as small as this, could be the difference between you continuing to lose body weight and staying on track, or stalling with your progress, getting frustrated and ending up giving up on things because you think it's not working and you think that calorie tracking or you think that weight loss just doesn't work for you. So I hope you found this useful, and I hope that you can start implementing these things to help you on your own weight loss journey. This is the stuff that I teach and implement into my clients' lives every single day. So if you would like to join my team and work with me one-to-one to help you get the body of your dreams, head over to my Instagram, which is linked in the bio, and just DM me the word fat loss. See you in the next one. Like and subscribe if you haven't already.